Hello, everyone. I'm Alex,
Hi, I'm Mariela.
and we are joining you today um, in a way that is different than normal because we recorded an earlier session, but we got interrupted partway through and we couldn't kind of figure out timing. And so we took that as that was for us. That was like some messaging and information for ourselves. And so here we are, second recording. Um, Coming just after the Scorpio New Moon entering today into Sagittarius. So, lots of energy and things moving around for us today. So, thanks for joining us on this journey. So, um, so Mariella, since we last talked, which isn't long ago, what insights have been coming up for you around this time?
Around this time. Um, okay. I just woke up. I can still feel, the sensation of my bed and dreaming. But it seems like because of the cards that I got, it has something to do with dreams and having that sensation. Does that make sense?
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like since we talked last, because I feel like last time we talked, I was more like, it's just like all of the stuff, like all of, and now that we've had that new moon in Scorpio this week, it's like, mm. I feel like something else has changed for me anyway. And
Interesting. Why? Eh, Sorry.
Well, there's been so much, like, so I've just read a few things about the new moon, and I'm like, ooh, that aligns. And I got some different cards, and so I've just been kind of checking in on different things and listening to a few more things. And like, we constantly talk about that we're in this like time of change, right? So
Mhm.
we're in the in between. And I feel like a broken record every time that those words come out of my mouth.
Because we are in that process and we have been for what, 2 years now?
A lot.
And we have two more
Yeah, well,
lined up.
like we have all of the planets have now, the outer planets have just gone retrograde. So now they're dipping back into their old signs again. So we're getting one last revisit on like a pinnacle period of endings. So it's saying, like, okay, these last bits, like, come on, people, look at it. And it's looking at like a lot of Piscean energy. And that's that dreamy stuff you're talking about, girl.
Ah,
That's that like illusion and possibility or fantasy or where we get lost, but also like possibility, right? Like it's like the fish. The fish has like amazing capacity to rise in consciousness and possibility. And then, but it can also
yeah. And
be
it's the
lost.
last sign of the zodiac too.
Yeah.
It'll be the end of the
Yeah.
cycle, right?
Cycle. Like a huge cycle is ending. And it's like hundreds of years of cycles, because I think this is like the Uranus, and it
There's
takes.
so many signs changing,
Mhm.
or planets changing signs.
Exactly. So we have so much change. Like, and so the idea of the zodiac is like we start at one, we work our way through, and then we begin a brand new cycle of transformation and understanding, and then we start anew. And it happens like all the cycles happen in different planets, which is like very internal self to very external self, and all of the outer planets. Like those are society, culture, like knowing of the world
Okay.
and possibility
Yeah.
are all going from last sign into the first sign. So we're in the revision right now. We're in the last time in reverse, meaning reflection, before we can step forward at some points within 2026. And so everything I heard with the Scorpio New Moon, and even just because I guess all of the internal planets are opposing the external planets. And so this time right now is actually an internal and external battle. There's a battle
Well,
going
they're eights.
on,
That's why we got that other card.
right? So when she pulled this new card,
Yeah.
the other one was so lovely. And this one is blessings. What is it? Morgan. Um,
It's Morgan's blessing of peace after battle.
yeah. So just recognizing, I think there's going to be an end, but I look forward to you reading a bit about that. And so it doesn't have to be about this external battle, which we know there's a lot of things changing, but how that's happening internally. And and so that's one thing I've been sinking into myself is feeling a lot more internal questioning of what is true for me or what do I need, um, which is challenging. It's challenging.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's interesting. I have a plan for my lab to change in
Hmm.
the close medium future, kind of.
Very close future.
So yeah, my plan is set. So I know what is going to happen and how it's going to happen, kind of. But at the same time, I know that everything's changing everything. So I'm thinking or waiting to see how things change. Maybe not according to my plan.
Hmm.
But yeah, it just in the energy these days, just considering last week after our recording that we tried to do, it's a lot of other truths coming out
Mm.
and realization of other things that I didn't realize about myself and others.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, I don't, did you feel that way? Like I see the news and there's like these big things that are just coming out.
Hmm.
And the other thing is that feeling or energy of revolution that is roaming around.
Mm.
And inside of myself, I also feel like maybe I should step out of my regular self and
Hmm.
just say something here, something there, but like keep it like moving.
Hmm. Yeah. I'm yeah, I saw my counselor this week and I'm trying not to say the things out of reaction because we also have Mercury going retrograde
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
Communication. I sent like four different emails. I work with children's services to for different case teams, and I talked about different families to different case teams. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're going to think I'm so
Hmm.
unprofessional. But it's Mercury retrograde. It's not me. I'm not like this.
She's not. She is. She has a very strong Capricorn capacity.
Yeah, but my Piscean
Mhm.
self is overtaking.
Yes. And so yeah, so I feel like yeah, trying to for me trying to internally understand what's going on for me before I'm saying it or saying it, but saying what is true and saying it in a way that's true to me, even if misunderstandings
Mhm.
arise.
Oh, wow.
Um,
That's a big challenge.
it is. And so I'm trying to, yeah, but I think the biggest challenge for me is to not say anything. So I'm really trying to not say anything to repress, but not say anything to not be reactive. Um, yeah, so I just feel like there's that energy is really alive inside of me, recognizing that there's lots of things changing or awarenesses arising,
Yeah.
but I just need to take some time and
It's very interesting because, of course, everything is getting stirred inside.
Hmm.
And sometimes we see all these things about ourselves and almost like it's so much, we just need to let it out. And
Hmm.
so I don't think you are the only one who is feeling like they are just throwing things out. Like you call it reaction,
Hmm.
but when we used to have our lives that were steady and stable, remember? There was not a lot of reactions. It was just like life, right? I know life, this is how it goes, and I do have strong feelings inside, but they're manageable. Like I
Hmm.
know what to do in order not to explode or whatever. But I feel like we are feeling, I don't know if it's we, everybody, but that feeling of being uncomfortable
Hmm.
and not knowing what to do in the moment because things are just thrown to us and we just have to respond somehow at that point because the energy is going really fast too. So it's not
Hmm.
that you're going to have that time like the earth energy with Capricorn that everything was the same for a long time, all
Totally.
traditions. Now it's like fast, fast, fast. And
Yeah.
here you have another thing, and here another thing, and here another thing. And so you're like, I have to deal with this right when it happens.
Hmm.
And then whatever the response is, it is because there's no other way.
Yeah.
You have to deal with the next thing already.
Hmm. Yes. But
And
I'm
that's
trying to be.
Uranus and Neptune.
Oh my gosh, everything is wild. But the thing is, it's going to continue to still speed up. But
Yes.
again, like, and that's where I'm looking forward to a deeper understanding to what the beginning of this next cycle is actually going to look and feel like. Um,
Yeah, me too.
because the idea is like there's still this continuing crumbling, and I like when you speak to the word like truths that we're starting to understand. Like we can see clearly with our eyes. Like there's no like questions. But then we have technology and social media that makes things muddy, and we're it's like most there'll be a lot of people, like myself included, I'm aware where my algorithm lies and that there's a lot of information I'm not seeing or there's not perspectives I'm not hearing. And I don't tune into the news like I used to. And so all the information I get is skewed in some way. And so we're all being given different information. So we're not actually on big T truths. And so I think that's obviously causing the division and turmoil, but also we're getting to learn about truths through these things, like these realities, these atrocities, these like horrible things, because media just in general is moving so quickly. But then how do we navigate what that's bringing up inside of us, which is really hard. I heard someone say, I think it was Pamela Gregory talked about we are, no, it was someone else, maybe Simon Sinek, that we're at this um, spiritual crisis. We're in a spiritual crisis because when we know all these things are not okay, when we know that this isn't working, and yet we have to live within it and know otherwise, that we have to tune into something else. We have to become aware of something else. And otherwise, we'll spin out and get lost in the chaos, or we have to ground ourselves in something. And yeah, so I feel like how do we know when things aren't okay and we feel like we can't do anything about it? How do we do something about it? And how do we, I don't know.
Yeah. I always remember that saying from the Course in Miracles. It's like something I always have with me so that I have um, a guide of where to go, like my North Star.
Mm,
Whatever happens, this is the way. It says, be, try, no, try. Um, don't be, don't want to be right, be kind.
Mm, hmm.
And so been having that, and I'm starting to even rebel to that because I think I've been following that, and I'm like, no, I'm tired to be kind. I want to be right once in a while.
Hmm.
And that is like the ego too, right? Because as we see our truths, we're going to see our shadows too, and that it's so uncomfortable.
So uncomfortable. Yes.
And there was a reading from one of the people I follow that read cards on YouTube. And the title is Special Message from Your Shadow. I'm like,
Oh.
pass. I don't want to know. It's going to come anyway, so no, it's too much. But also, I feel a little envious of the new generations, like the children and of course, they are going through their stuff too. Probably, I don't know exactly how, but they are bringing the change brand new, right? And
Mhm.
we, in our generation, Alex and I, are bringing the change from when we were born, which was a time when we touched all the traditions and old systems and all of that. And we're bringing in also the new from what we knew before. And the generations before us, it seems like they are moving on too, right? Because they are older and time to go. Uh,
Mhm.
and these new kids, with all the technology that they use, and that's what they know, right? They have no idea how it was like having no internet or having just a landline, or
Yeah.
even like my mom didn't have a phone in the farm, or water or electricity.
Hmm.
And for some kids, that has been always been the same. Like they always had that. Of course, in
Hmm.
other countries, it's different. It depends on the culture.
Hmm. Yeah. And I try and believe, I try and hope that it's all exactly perfect. Like
Yeah, me too.
our generation is exactly like this in between one, for a reason. And then these young ones that have no idea of what was, and they've experienced more chaos, where we experienced a moment or moments of what we thought was like peaceful possibility, to now just like utter chaos. Like we knew things weren't working, but like then it just was like, oh, yeah, no, things really aren't working. And they've only been alive in the not working realm. And there are many good things going on. Let me just preface that. But so they're probably going to be more angry and more like, nope, that doesn't work. Nope, that needs to change. Nope, this,
Yeah.
like,
Mm.
more.
There's a group of kids that want their rights to be seen and respected, and they are afraid of what is going to happen to us in the future because their future is on like here.
Mhm.
And they worry about water, the air, and all these other things, animals. And of course, in what we are going to see change, there's also the change with money and exchange, material exchange. So that is also going to be interesting.
Mhm.
There's a lot of things that we don't know yet how they're going to look like because
Yeah.
they're going to be really different.
Mhm. That's where I hope our generation has the flexibility to like has a certain level of awareness that I don't know. I believe like we're trying to foster the change.
Yeah, we're working together. Like it's all a machine with different parts.
Hmm. Yeah. I read something that like millennials, I know like or zennials, whatever. Um, because I'm in 82 and I think you're in 79,
78. So
78.
I'm at the end of the X generation,
Mhm. Yeah, and
but
I'm
you're in
in,
between.
yeah, I'd be considered a millennial, and I think, but they've added a chunk in there because of the technology piece that I fit more into an X, but I have these qualities. But anyway, semantics. Or um yeah, I feel like it's like we hold hope and possibility. And we can still see the good in what was and the good in what is and the good in change. I think this generation has more insight um, and openness than previous generations. Like just not because we're better or worse, but just because that's where we've aligned. We've come into the world at a certain time.
Yeah, I do believe that humanity is evolving.
Hmm.
They say in a, what is it called? A
Spiral.
spiral, right?
Hmm.
Um, and I hope that it's doing that. I wouldn't want to think that the spiral is just a circle that's just going around forever and ever.
Well, it could be. Um, so I'm sorry if you hear my dog in the background.
No, there's no sound of,
Um, so okay, well, let's pull some cards. I know you have some cards pulled
yeah, for the Sagittarius season and for Capricorn season. We already started the Sagittarius one.
today.
Capricorn, oh, today.
Today is the switchover.
Congratulations, it's almost your birthday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, for some
Wait a
reason, I
second.
think that people that are born in fire signs are more used to fast changes. But I think, I don't know, the changes are very fast and fire is fast. But do you think maybe it's just so different than even fire doesn't recognize what's going
No, you know what? I think all of us struggle with certain seriously, our dog like never barks. It's like barking. Sorry, can you hear it? No, okay. Um, so I actually feel like I navigate change well. Um, I mean,
Yeah, you
it
tend
does.
to go to change by
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah, yeah. I love change. I love growing and
Yeah.
expanding. But what's hard is I can't see the future. Like
Mhm.
and so
Oh, because you need a goal.
yeah, I need to point at something. So when I have a goal, I can work on that goal, but that doesn't mean that that goal is going to happen. That doesn't mean that everything else around me isn't going to be changing. So you have to like be really strong about those goals because they'll anchor you. But I've never been really good, and I don't know if it's a trauma thing, but I've never been really good at seeing too far in the future. But in the past, I felt like, oh, okay, I knew I was going to be okay and safe regardless of what happened. I still know I'm going to be okay, but I just don't know what's happening in the world. Like the world is unpredictable, whereas it felt predictable previously, and now it doesn't feel predictable anymore. So that not knowing what the next, like I can't really guess anything outside of 3 to 6 months. And I've always kind of been that way. And so I feel like that will that will benefit me in being open to the change. But that doesn't mean there are strong parts of me that like steady, stable, safe, my Capricorn rising. But my sun is like, yeah, yeah. And my moon is like, ooh, yeah. Possibility. So
My
mutable signs are good with change. And so
yeah,
Pisces, Sagittarius, Gemini,
Aries.
and I think Virgo.
Aries. No, Virgo is Earth.
No, no, the mutable signs.
Oh, yeah,
Mutable
the signs.
is like the
Yeah,
signs
yeah.
that happen seasonally within change.
Mhm.
Yeah, so those ones are supposedly really good with change, but they've been going through an upheaval in recent times. So,
Yeah, everything's going through a change.
hmm
Okay, so the Morgan's blessing of peace and battle for
Can you read
these
that? What
two.
does it say? That sounds exactly perfect, but I don't know who Morgan is. I don't know.
Morgan is the, oh, I don't know. I thought it was the author of the cards, but she's not. I would have to dig and see who that is. And I think, well, I'll look at it later and I will tell you next time. But Morgan's blessing, it's almost the or no, it's the last card of the deck. And so it's a poem. It's not that the regular meaning of a
Okay.
card.
Wow, interesting.
Um, oh, it says a traditional blessing for those who have suffered hard times to be returned to peace and prosperity.
Mm.
And so, um, it was written in a certain way, but I made changes to it because I wanted it to be more unlimited, like
Yeah.
all covering, like powerful. This one is talks about, for example, up to the sky. I'm like, no, it's up to infinity.
Mm. Okay.
Things like that.
So this is a Mariela inspired poem. Let's hear it.
Mm, it's mostly that Lucy's poem, but I just changed four parts of it. The rest of it is the same. It says, peace as high as the sky, infinity, infinity to the earth, earth beneath sky, strength in everyone, a cup very full, a fullness of honey, honor enough, summer in winter. Spear supported by shield, shield supported by forts, forts fierce eager for battle, fleece from sheep, woods grown with antlered tips. Forever distractions have departed, nuts of trees. Forever distractions have departed, a branch dropping down from growth. Wealth for a son very learned. Neck of ball, a ball from a song. Knots in woods. Wood for a fire, fire as wanted. Palisades new and bright. Salmon their victory. Devoid their shelter, shelter with an excellence of length. New growth after spring. In autumn, horses increase over the land. Land told of with the excellence of word. Be my to the eternal most excellent woods. Peace as high as the sky, as infinity, nine times eternal. Ah, did you understand?
No, what I think I heard was I heard that idea of the spiral of like, because it was like this went to this and this went to this and this went to this and this
Yeah, yeah,
this
that's what I
spiral or pattern
got
that
to.
continues.
Yeah. And it's a poem, that type of poem that you would have to actually dissect and understand each word so that you can understand the actual message. And I love doing that. So I am very tempted to
Hmm.
actually understand the poem. I can tell you next time. But
Yeah.
yeah, I got that feeling too. That things went from this to this to this to this to this. And then at the end, I actually realized it talks about the skies, but three times three infinity. So she does do the infinity at the end, forever and ever, but with all the abundance
Mm,
that ends with.
hmm. Yes.
So there
Yeah.
was limitations before, and now it's going into
Hmm.
foreverness.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I heard like, because as they were building, like there was a moment where they built the shields and the walls, I think is what it was, or the fort or the structure. Then I was like, oh, that's the idea of like getting ready for war or whatever. I don't know. But then all of a sudden it like shift and then like there are victors and obviously there aren't, but then there's people are in their homes and so just the reality that like, you know, even though challenges arise, like eventually like if things aren't okay, they're not done, like there'll be hard times, but blessed the peace that comes after.
Mhm. Yeah.
Hmm. And can you
I'm
show us
looking,
the card again, please?
where did it go? Here.
And so it's got crows, the woman with the thorns, the wind.
Yeah, she's naked, it seems.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm like, she looks naked, but her face is white and her body is like Caucasian skin color.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's almost like she is resting after the battle because she still
Mm.
has her things on, right? But not all of
Mhm.
it. She's changing to her new gown, whatever.
I like that. Yes. Okay, perfect.
And even the
Okay, so
crows
this
are
is.
like sitting there just happy.
Mhm. So we
Resting.
talked about the battle being potentially like an internal battle, um, in relation to like so within, so without. So, okay. So give us your cards for Sagittarius.
So it's very interesting. It's about closing eyes, resting, and illusions. So the first card comes from the Denise's Lynn Sacred Destiny.
Mm.
And this one is what is it called? Wisdom.
Mm.
So
That was a big part of our last video, was all about the wisdom from the things that we learn and gain and
yeah.
beautiful.
So it's a mermaid, but she's not a real mermaid. She's
Yeah. She looks like a ghost,
yeah,
like outline that is going into the depths, like into the spirit world or just.
yeah. Water is emotions and it's the Piscean uh
Hmm.
energy.
Hmm.
And we are in a dream, but it's not easy to understand that aspect. Like we all come and then go.
Hmm.
I don't know who invented that, but I think it was a bad idea.
But then we come back again. We just
So
don't remember.
yeah. The other one is the Queen of Pentacles. She's resting and holding
Oh.
the pentacle, and her eyes are closed.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know if she is having like her wish, like she's holding the pentacle. So I don't know if she's like just holding the seed,
Well, I feel like
and she's
usually,
very powerful.
yeah, like it's like a very, I always know the Queen of Pentacles to be the very earth, like Mother Earth-ish energy, but very strong and I want to say knowing, like because she feels very confident and comfortable, and
Mhm.
she's, you know.
Yeah, she's good with finances.
Yes, Yes.
Okay, we will put them together after.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember what the Six of Swords is, but this is the
Oh,
Osho's leg,
mm,
and it says the dream in the bottom. And
okay.
so it's a girl, woman, sitting and dreaming of having the love of her life. I don't know, having a relationship. So it's
Yeah.
again another dream.
Well, the illusion, right? Like
Yeah.
striving, and I'm not saying that she can't have that, but look at her body posture and um, like the wishing for something and like wasting away in that.
Yeah, she could be remembering too.
Yeah, could be remembering. Mm-hmm.
But it's all past, future, somewhere else. Like it's not here and
Mm-hmm.
now.
Yeah, it's not in the current.
Yeah.
It's so it's either a fantasy or like grasping onto something.
Yeah. And then when to leave the dragon, be aware of self-delusion.
Oh gosh. No, Mary, this is not what I want. This is not what I'm
Okay,
asking
so
now.
altogether, it just seems like because the dragon is also a mythical creature, the same as the mermaid, right?
Hmm.
And it just feels like it's a reminder that what we're going through is not real. You see?
I would say maybe like because the Queen of Pentacles, um, I'm just like she seems so
Calm.
the wisdom and the Queen of Pentacles made sense.
Yeah.
And um and then like actually the dragon and the dream make sense together. It's actually wild how the two of them are together in both. So it's like as if we're gaining comfort and perspective, but recognizing there's like maybe something like a perspective or a longing or a wishing something wasn't the way it was or getting lost. Like this, the one feels more grounded and assured, and then this one doesn't. It feels like that constant battle that we have in ourselves.
But it's the end of the battle, right? So it's the peace after the battle will come after. And the other thing I feel like, do you see female energy is in the middle and the illusion, like the mythical energy is on the sides.
Mm.
It's almost like the card of the queen is like the stronger
Hmm. Definitely.
card. And I don't know if it's because of the colors with that specific deck, but she's grounded. She's just
Hmm.
with her eyes closed, but she knows what to do. And
Hmm.
so just remembering that everything is an illusion is not just. It's for me it's hard because I have this feeling that people are going to go through changes where they're going to be out of things that they relied on for a long time.
Yeah.
And so closing your eyes and just connecting inside will give us a sense of more security because we are going to still be connected to ourselves and higher self. And that's something that I don't think it's going to change unless another way of thinking comes and changes that too.
Well, they say until like mid 2026, it's going to be this shifting, this revisiting, this
Yeah.
constant reevaluation, constant uncovering of the final pieces for things to start coming together because whatever we learn and finish learning in this time, we get to bring it into reality in the next. So, like, if we, you know, can have the highest vision of what is possible, what we want, and have the healing come through, like, we need to do this work, guys. We need to make sure we're processing and not, doing our own internal work, not just blaming the outside world, but our
Yeah.
own internal work, because then we can bring in possibility into, you know, the the next stage
Mm.
in 2026.
Yeah, it just feels like there's a lot of material things here, and we just swim over them.
Mm,
Almost like this is what she's thinking, and
mm,
then focus in what will be next. So setting your goals.
mm,
And I think the dragon is people work with dragons all the time. I haven't connected with them so much, but I've seen dragons often. So they're almost like ascended master or something like that. That
mm-hmm,
can guide and is very powerful too.
mm-hmm. Well, and they are fire, right? So if you think of like the fire
Hmm.
signs and
Yeah,
the transformation that comes with it. Um, mhm. Definitely feeling great pulls, Mariela. Great pulls.
it's the universe, whoever took these cards and put them in here. So then for Capricorn season, do you have a card for Sagittarius?
Well, I pulled two cards, and then when I pulled them, I was like, oh, are these for us? Or are they? I'm gonna pull a new card.
Oh, it's just so, yeah, sure.
Sure. Which is
Nice.
funny.
So exciting.
So this
Well,
is
it's
the other one.
fire again, fire and fire and fire. Is there any, like, I don't know. We do have some water in the reading that we just had,
Hmm.
but fire, because dragon is fire.
Yeah, Sagittarius is
And
fire.
then the sun, and then that little fire thing, flame.
Yeah, the wands are fire. It's the first of the fire. So literally that is
So which one is for Sagittarius? The sun?
both of these. So I originally
Oh,
pulled this
both.
one and then I was like, ooh,
Ace of
okay.
Wands.
But
Oh, there is a seed for wonderfulness.
hmm.
We just need to be patient. That's all.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Interesting. So,
Okay, show us. So we'll be recording again in like December-ish, at the end of December.
yeah, yeah, before January.
But we'll be entering Capricorn before then and having the winter solstice. So
So, in Capricorn season, which starts in the middle or 21st, right, of December,
mhm,
and it goes to the 19th or 20th of January or something like that.
mhm,
So, we have forgiveness.
mhm.
Okay, then we have, how do you say this word? Miser or miser is Osho cards.
Oh, the miser. Hmm.
And is the Four of Rainbows? What is the Four of Rainbows? Do you know?
I think is that the Four of Wands?
Okay. And then we have the Page of Cups.
Oh, mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
It's a very young energy. The pages, they're the princes and princesses. And the tea leaf is a bull. Do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude.
okay. Okay, put those cards together. Let's see. These
Okay, let me
cards feel like
just check
they're
what
slightly
the
all over.
The miser. Oh, where is that? The miser. Um,
Four of Rainbows.
Rainbows. Thank you. Okay, so it says the moment you become miserly you are close to the basic phenomenon of life, expansion and sharing. The moment you start clinging to things, these cards can be very rough sometimes. The Osho ones. You have missed the target.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're a spiritual being, right? You have missed. Because things are not the target, your innermost being, is the target. Not a beautiful house, but a beautiful you.
Mm.
Not much money, but a rich you. Not many things, but an open being available to millions of things.
Oh, beautiful.
The commentary says the small child in this card. Oh, that is, yeah, sorry. No, before. This woman, so the old woman that is on the card, has created a fortress around herself.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that. And she's clinging to all the possessions she thinks are her treasures. In fact, she has accumulated so much stuff with which to adorn herself, including the feathers and furs of living creatures, that she has made herself ugly in the effort. This card challenges us to look at what we are clinging to and what we possess that is so valuable it needs to be protected by a fortress. It needn't be a big bank balance or a box full of jewels. It could be something as simple as sharing our time with a friend or taking the risk of expressing our love to another. Like a well that is sealed up and becomes stagnant from disuse, our treasures become tarnished and worthless if we refuse to share them. Whatever you're holding on to, remember that you can't take it with you. Loosen your grip and feel the freedom and expansiveness sharing can bring.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get attached.
Yeah. Well, and fear, right? Like the fear makes us cling to things, right? And if we don't have these things, then what does that mean? But really, it's ourselves.
So
Oh,
forgiveness, the miser, the cup of, I'm sorry, the, what is it called? The page of cups
hmm.
and the ball. And the ball said, do not back down from opposition, show strength and fortitude.
Okay. And tell me about the Page of Cups.
Um, Usually it talks about
Okay, I pulled it up here. So this is about magic.
the cups have to do with emotions, love.
Hmm.
Sometimes it might be the first, like, when we're kids and we have our first love offer from somebody else, or when we're just starting to experience those things when we're young.
Yeah, it's about the unexpected creativity, kind of like curiosity, like that
Yeah,
joy, that childlike.
yeah. The first joy or excitement.
Hmm.
you're all f like fresh. This is
Hmm.
new and exciting. So do
And then the bull. And what does it say on the bull again?
not back down from opposition. Show the strength and fortitude. So
Okay.
how do you put it together?
Well, with the bull being the last one that we pulled and that it's a part of it, these other three are, I feel like they're these internal learnings. Because if you're learning that the stuff isn't the thing, it's within us, and we're going through this process of forgiveness and at
Letting
the beginning,
go.
it's a very internal experience that we might have to protect, or whether it's protecting from the world and what it's trying to put on you, or maybe there's specific people, like protect, I don't want to say protecting our peace. I don't like that term per se, but um, protecting our inner child, protecting the work that we've been doing. Um, because all the other ones, I'm like, oh, it's this like really beautiful internal work that as we move through it, letting, letting go, forgiving, um, and embracing kind of these parts of ourselves, we might have to also have boundaries. So that'd be the bull. That's what I see. What do you see, Mariela?
The first card with forgiveness, that person, she or he or they, they're just standing and it seems like they're just waking up, right?
Mm, because of the lighting? Is that what you're thinking?
Because they are stretching.
Mm.
Like you don't usually do that when you're about to go to sleep. I don't know. And there's the moon. And so they're stretching up high. Of course, it's like a more real card. They are not going to reach to the moon. They're not going to touch it. But the card with forgiveness and just starting in this new energy, with forgiveness. And the next card is almost like an explanation of
Mm.
that forgiveness that comes and the letting go. And I wonder if it would be easier for us to go through the changes if we let go before things are change, like if they change and they are not there anymore. So because you already are not attached to something, then it's not so hard.
Mm.
But I identify a lot with the miser. Like, no, the old thinking of this is how your life has to be, and the expectations that society has set in the past of how relationships have to look like, what are the steps in each stage of life that you have to reach, like the milestones.
Hmm.
And so do we really need to protect all that? I feel tired already of thinking I have to
Mm.
protect everything.
Right?
And so
Scarcity.
with the Page of Cups, there's two hands. I don't know if you notice here, and there's a heart in the middle.
Oh.
And up here is almost like he is like floating outside of himself. And there's a bull here, and there's a pig with wings flying too on top of
Hmm.
the cup or the bowl. And it's that fresh, young energy that we were talking about.
Hmm.
So it just reminded me of how I used to feel when I was younger, when I didn't know so much and things would just come and be something exciting without expectations. I don't need to know what's going to come next. It's just an adventure every time.
Hmm.
And yeah, he's sitting by the water. So the other thing that comes to mind is also, you can have your steady emotions as long as you're grounded.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because with like if imagine if for example, all our material things were taken away, what like we could become crazy. It
Mm.
can be a big, big change.
Oh, yeah.
So, um, waters, I think that if we're not prepared, our waters can be more like when you picture a storm
Hmm.
and we can explode. But it's almost like a hope. Like this is what you
Hmm.
can do, and this is what is going to give you that steadiness that you want.
Hmm.
And the energy is coming from the heart chakra. So he's doing that. What is it called, Alex, when you get out of your body?
Oh, projecting like.
Yeah, he's almost like projecting outside from the heart chakra.
Mhm.
And then the bull. So whatever happens, whatever people say, like stay in there, right? Because not everybody will know how to forgive and let go. And it's hard. I don't know that like anybody that would be like so strong, but we can be like the
Hmm.
queen.
Hmm. Yeah. So we saw in the Sagittarius kind of season is like that illusion, dreaming, but finding that kind of grounded space within ourselves, those wisdom pieces, even amongst the other things. And then in this one, there's the kind of the internal piece of like letting go, forgiving, dreaming, and then needing to care for that. That is like that
Yeah,
protecting what you've created or what you're creating or what you're becoming or
yeah,
hmm.
yeah. I have someone in mind that always says things that make me doubt of what I always thought of. And it
Mm,
just moves me. And then I'm like, am I wrong? But the bull is like a confirmation that no, you just stay there grounded, centered. It's going to be fine.
hmm.
Don't hang on to things.
Hmm.
Don't get attached.
Hmm.
Easy.
That was so easy, so easy. Well, just looking at the time, it is 11:11 here.
Mhm.
Um, so
1111.
thanks everyone. Mm,
We're starting this journey, this adventure. It's going to be exciting.
yeah, we're navigating the in-between or navigating the in-between.
Yeah.
All that is.
Yeah. It's like when you go to another country and you're so excited, you don't know anything of what's going to happen, but you're so excited. You just take your backpack, right? Your
Yeah, and
luggage,
then
whatever, and you just go
you realize you forgot something and
on the
you see
way, but
something
who
on the
cares?
bus
You
and
figure it out.
we'll figure it out. Okay, well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining the journey of the in-between with us and joining the journey in general. So thank you. Till next time.
See you sometime in December at the end, right?
Yes. We'll see you again soon.